Good afternoon, everybody. It's kind of a miserable day here where I'm living, and I've noticed that our water pressure, when the hot water's on, gets a little iffy. It'll go for a while, and then it kind of drops off, and it goes for a while, and then it drops off. And I don't really know what the cause of it is, but I've been advised that if I flush my water heater, that might help me out. So, retired early, what now? I guess I'm flushing a water heater. I don't know if you can see it, but it's back there. I got some work to do. I made it in. It's right behind me here. And we need a couple of tools for this. Number one, a hose, which I have under me. Number two is, and this is not a requirement, by the way, but I got this. It's an old pool skimmer, leaf skimmer for the pool. And it's got some holes in it, and it's pretty dirty. I can't believe I still have it. Obviously, I need to be better about throwing things away, but I'm going to try to filter out the water through this and see what kind of sediment we catch. So let's get to work. Now, we need the hose, and we got to attach it to the water heater. This is the outlet right here for that. And before we do that, I just heard it kick on. So one of the things we got to do is turn it off. Here's the control knob right here, and we need to make sure that I know that it's set to hot, not A, B, C, or very hot. So I'm going to turn it all the way to off. And I just heard it shut off. So we know it's not going to kick on us later. The other thing you could do is you could turn the gas off if you want. But here we go. We'll install the hose. Okay, now I'm going to take you on a little bit of a journey. Way up here. Let's see if I can get it in the shot. There's the on-off valve for the water up there. So we're going to use that valve that I just showed you to stir up the sediment inside and help it run out the hose. Remember, I've already turned off the gas supply. We don't want this thing running while it's empty, or it's going to ruin it. For those of you that don't know, I've got a little bit of a redneck in me. So, sorry for showing you all my butt. I'm going to try to cut that out if I didn't, or if I can. But like the best step stool and seat you're ever going to come across right there is a 5-gallon bucket. You can take that one to the bank. All right, if you have to reach up top, I'll warn you right off the bat. I didn't think about this. There's a bunch of cobwebs up there. Now I got them in my nose. Ah, that's pretty horrible. Oh, God, I hate this. Cobwebs are out of the nose, I think. We just turn this guy right here to open up the valve. We let the water run out. Now, what I didn't show you, and I may show you later, is how I set it up. But the other end of this hose, I have the leaf skimmer that I showed you earlier. That's just over the top of it. So that's going to catch most of the sediment that comes out of the end of this hose. So I'm going to go check on it. Okay, well, good thing I went and checked because I'm not using a standard hose. It's this fabric type. It's not very rigid. Got a kink in the bottom, so I'd have been sitting here forever waiting for this doggone thing to empty. Got that kink cleared out. Got all the hose straightened out. Now we're just emptying out good hot water in hopes that we're going to drain some sediment out of the bottom of this thing. I think we will. I don't think this thing's ever been drained out in its lifespan. I can't even tell when this thing was installed. It's not super old. It's a decent one, but I don't think it's ever been cleaned out before. By my unofficial calculations, we're about half empty. How do I know that? I have no freaking clue, but I'm pretty impatient and don't have time to sit around. I've got time. Who am I fooling? I don't have a desire to sit around. So I'm going to start pumping water in there and seeing if I can agitate it up a little bit. You know what? I want to let you learn with me here. I forgot something very important. You got to open up a hot water valve inside and let them release the pressure. There's a pressure relief valve here too that we could open, but I've on the YouTube expert videos, they recommend opening up a valve inside. So I'll be back. So I was struggling a little bit there, and I don't want to film the curse words, so just joking. Water wasn't coming out, and I searched my whole house to find a water faucet where it had separate hot water and cold water. And I'll be danged if I couldn't find one. I never go in my kids' bathroom ever. They're, 18 and 19, almost 20. I never go in there. And something dawned on me. Hey, go check their sink. Sure enough, they have a separate hot and cold. So the hot water's open now. It's flowing pretty good. Probably just about done. And then we'll start flushing. We've got it down to about a trickle coming out of there. So now I'm going to see if I can't get the water to agitate up a little bit. And I'll tell you right now, there's not a drop of sediment that has left this tank. So that might not be our problem, but we'll give it a shot. I'm just turning it off and on at random intervals just to kind of stir up that sediment, whatever rust might be in the bottom. Let's try to get that out of there. I can tell, you can't hear it, but I can tell that it's on because every time I turn it on, the hose stiffens up. So I guess that's the good thing about having this kind of hose, is you can actually tell when it's going. Well, I've agitated it quite a bit. I turned it off for a little bit there, so you didn't have to sit there and just watch me turning a valve on and off. Now I got to turn this back off, so I'm going to screw this back closed. Make sure it's good and tight. Get this off of here. Now for every water heater, it's going to be a little different on how you get that pilot light lit. Mine has very clear instructions. Should be pretty easy. I will show you where those instructions are. Look right. Get out of the light there. So those are my instructions. Pretty simple. I did go ahead and turn the gas off, so I'm going to turn that back on. Just felt that extra layer of safety was a good idea. Gas and electricity, two things I really don't like playing with. I've turned the valve back on. The gas is on. Now I'm not going to light that pilot light yet because I want this tank full of water first. If you, as I stated earlier, if you heat up a tank when there's no water in it, it's the quickest way to destroy that element. So we're going to give it a few minutes. We're going to let that tank top off. The way I'm going to know that is I'm going to go inside and I'm going to look, and as soon as water starts coming out of that faucet that I had open this whole time, I'm going to know I'm good to go. I'm going to turn that faucet off, and I'm going to come out here and I'm going to light the pilot light. So how do I know the pilot light is actually lighting? I turn the knob to pilot, I hold it in, and I determine this is the igniter button, not because it's marked, because I had to figure it out on my own. I pushed it and felt the click. So the instructions: put it to pilot, hold it in. You'll notice it's spongy, it can be held in. And then you push the igniter button until the pilot light lights, but you don't have any way of knowing that it lights unless you can see it. At least I don't in this case because I can't hear it. So I have taken off the front port right here, and there's this little viewing window where I'll be able to see the flame. That's how I'm going to know the pilot light is lit. And then once it's lit, I need to continue to hold it down for a little bit longer until this light comes on, which I don't even know if it works, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm getting a blue status light here. That tells me that it's in normal operation. I do not see the pilot light lit though. That's interesting. Let's see if it fires up. I moved it back to hot. And it fired up. I can hear it. I can see the flame. Okay, we're back up and running. Now I'll tell you, I didn't see one hint of sediment come out of this tank. So I think I got other problems. It's back to the drawing board, but at least I got one thing checked off the list. And now you guys know how to drain a tank if you need to. Well, that concludes it. Not one drop of sediment came out, which tells me I've either got another problem or I just did it completely wrong. I didn't buy one of those tools you can stick inside and spin it around and whatnot. I don't know what it's doing in there. If you guys have any suggestions on how I could have done this better or what step I may have missed to get some sediment out, I'd appreciate you letting me know in the comments. Thanks a bunch. Take care, guys.